Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to begin with our new academic year session for chemistry. Sugna teacher welcomes you to our new class of chemistry of standard 8. Our topic for today is matter. So let's begin. Let's define matter that we have studied till now. Matter, as we have studied, is any substance that has mass, occupies volume. Matter exists as one of the three physical states, as we have seen: solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. But this year, the definition will have one more aspect added to it, as the perception through senses. Our definition will go as: matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. Something that occupies space and can be perceived by one or more senses is known as matter. The physical appearance or physical properties of matter we all know are mass, size, or volume. And matter generally exists in three states, which is solid, liquid, or gas. Now let us see what is matter made up of. Matter is made up of different types of atoms. Like in our body, we have hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, calcium, phosphorus, and many more atoms in the elemental or compound form. Matter is also made up of molecules. There are some molecules are elements and some molecules are of compounds. Like there is molecule of hydrogen, molecule of oxygen, molecule of chlorine. Then there are molecules of compounds like water molecule H2O and molecule of hydrogen chloride HCl. Also, some atoms or group of atoms, when lose or gain electrons, form into ions. Now, ions, they have charge on them. Why do they have charge? As the number of protons in their nucleus is not equal to the number of electrons which is orbiting around. So, we call them as ions. The ion which has a positive charge is called as cation. We have magnesium ion as Mg2 plus and ammonium ion, positive ion, as NH4 plus. Anions are the ions which are negative ones. We have examples like chlorine Cl1 minus and sulfate ion as SO4 2 minus. So matter is composed of atoms, molecules, and ions. Now atoms, the examples we can give as hydrogen atom, oxygen atom, or magnesium atom. Molecules, we have example, the best example we always know is water molecule H2O. And ions are Mg2 plus, magnesium ion, and hydroxyl group ion OH minus. Let us differentiate these three: atom, molecule, and ions. Now, atom is the smallest particle of an element, molecule is the smallest particle of a substance, whereas atom or groups of atom having charge due to loss or gain of electrons is known as ion. Now, this atom can take part in reaction and is a basic unit of matter. Molecules, since they exist separately and retain characteristics of a substance, since exist separately, they cannot take part and also sometimes can take part in chemical reactions. Now, three states of matter we already know: solid, liquid, and gas. Let us have the basic characteristics of them. We have already learned regarding volume. Matter occupies space. Yes. Matter has mass. The quantity of matter contained in an object, mass. Then matter weighs. that is, the gravitational pull is acting on matter. And the perception of senses. There are matter around us which we feel, we touch, we see, we smell. Examples of matter are living things and non-living things. Based on these characteristics or properties, let us differentiate between solid, liquids and gas. Mass, the solid has definite, liquid has definite mass, gases also have definite mass. Shape, solids have a definite shape, liquid acquires the shape of a container, gases acquires the shape of a container. Volume is definite for solids and liquids, and for gases it's indefinite. Compressibility is not possible for solids, almost negligible for liquids, and highly compressible for gases. Fluidity, not possible. Solids cannot flow, liquids can flow, gases can flow. Rigidity, highly rigid, less rigid, and not rigid. Diffusion, mixing with the surrounding. Solids rarely can diffuse with other substances, but slowly it can. Liquids are very fast in diffusion, mixing, and gases are very fast in mixing with the other particles. Now, space between the particles, if we see in solids, it's mostly closely packed, so there's hardly any space between them. In liquids, they are less closely packed, so there is space. And for gases, it is least closely packed. So, now let us go through the kinetic theory of matter. Now, based on the word kinetic, kinetic means motion. So, kinetic theory is a way to describe the motion of particles. It states that particles in all forms of matter, whether solid, liquid or gas, are in constant motion. As we said, the solids are closely packed, so they are vibrating. Liquids have a little space, so they are sliding. And gases have a lot of space in between them, so they are flying around. Let us concentrate on some of the main postulates of kinetic theory. Composition, small particles. Matter contains of small particles that we have already done, which is molecules, atoms and ions. Between those small particles, there are some interparticle space. We call it them intermolecular space. Now, in solids, the intermolecular space is very less, whereas in liquids is little more than solids, and in gases it is the maximum space. The interparticle attraction decreases with the increase in distance. Like, if the attraction is more, definitely the particles are closer. So in solids the attraction is the highest, whereas the attraction is lowest in the gases. Energy possessed. When the particles are in motion, that means it has some energy, kinetic energy. When we heat a substance, we are giving a energy to them. So kinetic energy is gained, and so heating a substance increases its kinetic energy. Now let's talk about the point of interparticle space. In solids, the interparticle space is very less, minimum. In liquids, it is more than solids, and in gas, it is maximum. Let's talk about arrangement of atoms in a substance, in a matter. In solids, they are highly compact, where particles are very closely packed. In liquids, they are less compact. They have some space in between them. In gases, the particles are least compact. They are moving far away from each other. Let's discuss the movement of particles in matter. In solids, since they have very less space or no space between them, they just keep on vibrating beside each other. As I can give you example now, we have to just recollect, like in a Mumbai local train, in a rush hours, you just stand without touching anything, you will be just in your place, just moving along with the train, that is vibrating about your mean position. In liquids, there is space and the particles are in continuously motion. In gases, there is more space, they are in random motion, moving fast here and there. Interparticle attraction between atoms. The attraction between the atoms in solids is very strong, and that's why they are having fixed shape, they are rigid, they are having fixed volume, cannot be squashed, means cannot be compressed. In liquids, the space is there, so attraction becomes little less. So liquids are not rigid, they don't have a fixed shape, but they have a fixed volume. Again, liquids cannot be completely squashed, but they have a little compressibility. In gases, since the space is more, they are less rigid, or we can say not rigid at all. They do not have fixed shape, neither they do have fixed volume, and they are highly compressible, can be squashed. In solids, we have infinite free spaces, surfaces, and also solids cannot diffuse with other solid particles. Liquids have only the upper surface outside the container, which is open, as a free surface, and in liquids they can diffuse with liquid particles a bit. Gases, they do not have any free surfaces, they rapidly diffuse with other gas particles. Energy possessed by particles. Now in solid, liquid and gas, as we see, the distance between the particles goes on increasing. As the distance has increased, the kinetic energy is also more. We know solids, they vibrate about the mean position. In liquids, they move little continuous motion, and in gases they have random motion. So this gives us a condition that if the distance increases, the kinetic energy of the particle also increases. So in solids, the distance is least, so kinetic energy is least. In liquids, the distance is large, kinetic energy is large, and in gas, the distance is very large, so they have very high kinetic energy possessed by them. We are done for today. Let's summarize what we have done. Matter is made up of small particles like atom, molecules and ions. Matter is anything that occupies space, has mass and can be perceived through one or more senses. Basic characteristics of matter are volume, mass, weight and perception of senses. Three states of matter are differentiated on the basis of the above characteristics. Kinetic theory of matter states that distance between the particles and motion of the particles, it is based on these 2 points. Based on these 2 points, the kinetic theory, we differentiate the 3 states of matter. We have already done that. Based on the points like interparticle space, interparticle attraction and also the energy possessed by particle. Kinetic energy increases with the increase in the distance between the particles. Students, thank you for listening and stay home, stay safe.